Awesome. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for logging on. Tonight, we are having our presenter, Helen Cohen, from Long Island Branding Group, present for you. Sorry, I have a cold.
Oh,
So
bless
she's
you.
presenting our second webinar in the series, From Social Media to Sales, and telling you the role of websites. So Helen, if you'd like to introduce a little bit about yourself, and then you can get right into your presentation.
So I'm Helen Cohen again. I founded the Long Island Branding Group because I've been helping businesses on Long Island for many years with their branding, their social media, their web design. I've been building websites for close to 15 years now. Um, I do have my own skincare brand as well that I do all the marketing and branding for myself. And I'm really excited to talk to you about social media and how that, translates into sales and, some tips that I've learned that most people haven't figured out yet. New businesses, it takes time. So with a lot of trial and error, I learned all of these things. They're pretty valuable and they work for the most part if you apply them correctly. So I'm excited to share. I'm going to go in to this first one here. So there are a few social media platforms, but the biggest ones for marketing, branding, they're going to be Facebook and Instagram. I highly recommend having pages that are affiliated with your brand on both. A Facebook page is great and an Instagram page is great. My cat's been very needy today. I'm sorry. Um, they're both good. They both do different things, and I'll go into that. And they do target different markets, different age groups as well. So having both is really important. You can also share from one to the other. So if you're posting something on Instagram, you can always, also share it to Facebook. Deciding which is best for you. Some businesses do benefit more from Facebook than Instagram, and some benefit more from Instagram than Facebook. So we're going to start by exploring who benefits on Facebook. Facebook is great if you have a business that's very community oriented. If you have a group that you want to promote, it's great for reaching out to friends and families. Facebook has groups, it has community built in. You can join groups that, are similar to the business that you're in. So let's say you're a photographer and you can do your local groups where you can offer your services in your area, or you can join groups that are about photography. The types of businesses, so local restaurants, salons, advertising local events, that's a great one for Facebook. If you're doing local events, Facebook is always going to be a lot better than Instagram because you're reaching such a broader audience. I'm sorry. Okay. You're reaching a broader audience, and Facebook likes to promote those events in their algorithm themselves. So they'll share it. They'll share it in your local community, and people will see it. It'll get seen. Local services, these are just some examples, but anywhere from, landscaping, if you're a handyman, if you do what I do, it's great. Legal services, catering, anything that's very local where you're going to have to meet with clients and on site, Facebook is amazing for that. And it's way better than Instagram. Instagram would be great for these businesses as well, but more in terms of documenting their work. So let's say you're a landscaper looking for new work, for new jobs, right? You're going to be looking for your clients on Facebook and trying to target clients on Facebook, but your portfolio can be on Instagram. So you can show your work. You have, pictures of the jobs that you've done. You can do before and afters, things like that. And you can really, use Instagram more creatively to show the work that you've done already. the benefit of using Facebook. Facebook provides users with numerous opportunities to meaningfully engage with local communities. So again, it goes back to local events, showcasing your business to target audiences. You can reach those who are genuinely interested in what you offer. It is a very it's great for like hyper local advertising, but it's really great if you're trying to find your exact target audience, especially if you're a niche, category. You're going to have a lot more luck on Facebook, and you're going to find your clients a lot faster on Facebook. This focused approach ensures your content doesn't really vanish into vast digital space, where similar posts often get overlooked. So again, a lot of times I see businesses posting on Instagram and they're just sharing, whatever it is. It could be product photo after product photo, food, you name it, and it disappears into nowhere. A lot of times they're not tagging their location, their following is not engaging. So again, for these types of businesses, Facebook is always going to get you a much bigger audience and more interest in what you're, in your offer and your product and your service and your local business. So learning how to post on Facebook. I would definitely, as a business, start my own Facebook page, but I would also recommend joining all the Facebook groups that you can either be interactive with or post what you're offering in, share. Definitely engage with the audience, be a member of the group. So don't just join groups to sell a product or service. You're going to get a lot more traction, a lot more interest if you're engaging, if you're commenting, if you're liking posts, if you're engaging with that community within that group. So they're very much like these, micro online communities on Facebook where you can join them, participate, be an active member. That fosters trust. Now, once you have trust, you can then say, well, if someone's looking for this, this is what I do. Or if you see someone asking for that product or service, because that group is relevant to your business, you can always say, I offer X, Y, and Z. So you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to be, you're making friends, you're engaging, and it's very much authentic, it's personal, and you're creating trust, so people will want to hire you, people will want to buy from you. Adhere to group norms. Always be sure, if you're in these Facebook groups, to follow the rules. Some groups don't let you post, they don't let you promote your business, but they let you engage. There's still a lot of benefit in engaging, because you're creating relationships, you're connecting with people that might want what you have to offer them. So there's so much benefit in joining these groups, participating, engaging, but always follow the rules, because if not, some groups will kick you out. Yeah, they're just gonna say, you can't be here anymore. So always follow the rules. If in doubt, you can always ask the group admin. If you ask the group admin, hey, if you're unsure, you can say, hey, I want to promote my business, or I'm having an event this weekend, or I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Is it okay if I post here? They'll tell you yes or no, and then you won't risk the chance of getting kicked out of that group. Facebook groups are pretty easy to find. You can go into your tabs on the top of your Facebook, either your phone or computer, and just do a search and type in, keywords like, landscaping, or, Long Island, beautiful front yards, or, something along those lines, something that matches, the group that you want to be in. You can also leverage your personal pages. Now, if you have if you have pages that have a high amount of friends and family, you can leverage your personal page, but you have to be careful not to overpost or overshare. Keep sending out offers, right? You don't want to be like, buy my stuff, and it's never hi, how are you? And there's no authentic engagement. You can really nicely sell to your friends and family if you do what's in the next slide. Now, I had to cover their faces. I will not put anyone's business down, right? This is great. This post, this post on my left looks a lot better than the post on the right. But the post on the right is a better post. It has higher engagement, it has more interest, and it's not a sale. This is when you're posting to friends and family. Now, this guy had his face, he wrote, you know, good copy, has his information, how to contact him. He paid, if you see right here, he paid for the ad, right? So he paid for this ad. It comes off as pushy. This is something I would normally just scroll right past and not even care, right? I don't want it on my feed, and Facebook is getting paid to put it on my feed. The engagement is low. Now he has 15 likes, 1 comment. You know, no one's really interested in what he's offering. He might be amazing at what he does, but this is not authentic, and it doesn't come off, you know, his creators have been paid over $5 billion. It's too much. And when you're doing too much, you lose interest
Okay.
because you're not connecting
So
with
like-
your audience.
Um,
Hi,
Well-
Ingrid. Then I have here, this is my friend. So she posted for her daughter.
hi,
on-
Heaven.
Hi. She posted for her daughter on National Daughters Day, right? And her daughter, I guess she was selling stuff. You know, she sells stuff. She works in her shop. She's going to school. She's doing all of these great things, right? And she's promoting her daughter's business in the caption while saying how much she loves her daughter. 35 likes, unpaid, organic reach. This was posted a while before this was posted. People are interested. People are writing congratulations. Someone's going to go and say, hey, what's your business? I want to support you, because it's authentic, it's heartfelt. And when you're connecting with the consumer on an emotional level and it's heartfelt, it resonates better and they want to support you. So good. Any questions so far? No? Okay, I'm moving on. I'm going to take a quick look here. So this is the content, right? So she just writes these beautiful, caring things about her daughter, and then she writes her daughter's jobs. Anyone looking for someone that does this might more likely reach out to her than someone that's doing a pushy ad. And her engagement is higher. So Facebook likes this. I'll get into algorithms in a second, but the algorithms are very important. Facebook likes authentic, organic posts. They don't like this. And I'll explain more why they don't like this and why this for Facebook over here is just a moneymaker for Facebook, and it's almost never good for the content creator. This is a free way to get traction being authentic. I'm gonna explore Instagram here. Instagram is more of a direct to consumer approach. So, but it's more vast. So if you have products, if you have an online business, if you have, you know, a service like an online service where you do consulting or something video based like this, I could do online. If you're trying to sell something that reaches people from anywhere really in the world, Instagram is going to be great for that. Again, just like over here, it needs to be authentic on Instagram as well. And you have to not care, and I see this a lot, people care about their likes and followers. They're not important. You could have 50 followers in business, and you can have thousands of followers and no one's buying anything from you. You want high quality followers. You want engaged followers. You want you know, people that bought something from you to like your posts. You want them to comment on your posts. You want to engage with them. You want to always make sure you respond to comments when you're posting. The numbers, you know, it is a numbers game, but the numbers don't really matter, because at the end of the day, you're putting all this work out there because you want sales. You want to, you know, you want them to go visit your website, and you want to create sales. Having 100 dedicated followers and genuine interest in your product or service is more beneficial than thousands who aren't. Beyond numbers, metrics are important, but genuine connections lead to being more profitable. Same thing here. Same thing with joining all of these, you know, joining the groups over here, joining the groups, connecting with people, being authentic. You know, that's going to get you always the most business, the most likes, the most engagement, the most comments. The more, I guess, fake you are online, the harder it's going to be for you to make money using these social media platforms. Authenticity, building authentic relationships with your audience is more rewarding than really chasing random likes with random content. Keep everything cohesive. Keep everything branded. Not everything needs to be, you know, your logo, but if you're, you know, you have a catering business, some things should have your logo. Some things should have, you know, what you're doing. Your clothing can have, you know, your branding on it. But you can also post at that point, right, food, because you cook and you're making food and you're feeding people. So the same goes for products. You can, if you have skincare, you can post someone using the skincare, as opposed to just always product photo every single time. If you're doing markets, if you're interacting with your customers face to face, you can take pictures of them, you know, wearing your t-shirt, eating your food, drinking your, you know, your drink that you created. If I know a kombucha company that always posts their customers that come by from them. So you can really build an authentic following, and one where everyone's really connected if you're doing everything authentically. If you're engaging with your customers, you can post your customers. They're going to love that. They're going to comment. They're going to be more engaged. They're likely to buy a second time around. So the more authentic you are on Instagram, again, the better. Well, understanding algorithms. So I do see some great content that's posted incorrectly. If you have an amazing photo, or what you think is an amazing photo, and you put 25 relevant hashtags, Instagram is not showing your photo to almost anybody. They're not. It's too many, and it clogs up the algorithm. The algorithm likes the most on Instagram is to see people, to see clear shots of things. You know, you can have long captions describing, you know, you can post a pic, even a carousel or a picture. A carousel is when you can post 10 pictures in one post. But even if you post 1 or 10 and you write, you know, this is what I did this weekend, and I just wanted to share it with all you guys and really, you know, get into the details. And if you want to have a hashtag, have 2, have 3, not 25. You don't need a paragraph of hashtags at the end of your post. It will destroy your post. Instagram will hide it. So that's one thing. The other thing is when you pay for ads. Once you pay for ads, if you're not throwing thousands of dollars a month on advertisements, and I don't care how great your ads are, Instagram's not showing your content to people anymore without you paying for ads. They now understand that you're paying for ads. And I messed up one of my accounts this way, by the way. So I know from experience, I have one account with 3,000 followers and I get 4 or 5 likes because I used to pay for ads on that account, and it ruins my account. It's upsetting. And I see it happen to my customers this was many years ago. I see it happening to customers all the time, and it's unfair, but this is how the algorithm works. If you're paying for Instagram ads and you're not ready to shell out serious cash every single week to keep them going, you're gonna drop off of getting into people's feeds. There are 4 billion people on social media, pushing upwards of 200 billion messages into the world each day. Super competitive. This is back to paying for ads. There are people that will throw $100,000 to $200,000, these big, clothing companies, or that eco-friendly blanket. I don't know if you guys have seen SoundCloud, SoundCloud, I'm sorry. That's a pretty big company. So they make these huge beach blankets. They used to spend, when they got started, probably $200,000 a month on ads. It made them successful. It made them millions. If you don't know what you're doing, I don't recommend ever doing anything like that, because you could lose a lot of money and be very unsuccessful. So again, I'm not, again, I will always say I'm not pro spending money on ads unless you have the money to spend with no returns, or if you're hiring an amazing team that knows exactly what to do, but they're expensive. Some people will pay $15, $20, $35 Instagram. You can spend $5 on an ad. It's not going to get you anywhere. And once you do that, your views, your traction, it's going to drop if you don't continue. Tips for posting on Instagram: make sure high quality images. You can take, if you have an iPhone, which is what I understand, you can take photos in portrait mode. Always make sure your lenses are clean if you're using your cell phone. Cell phones now have beautiful cameras. You can take beautiful pictures. Always make sure everything's very clean, content relevant. Make sure, think about how your audience is going to receive it. If it's a business account, I wouldn't post too many selfies or, ever rant. I would definitely stay away from politics on business accounts. That's another one that I missed here. Keep everything very relevant to your business. Always include a caption, 2 to 5 hashtags. Not too many. Instagram will not show your posts if you do too many hashtags. Now here's an example. This is a bad photo, right? Now I like this one. So this is a bad photo and this is a good photo. Does anyone want to tell me why this is a bad photo? No?
Yes.
What's wrong with this photo?
It's not really clear. There's a lot of light, so it's kind of.
The light, the background.
The light, the background, it's grainy, it's low resolution.
It's not visible.
It's not visible. It looks a little dingy, a little dirty. Now, this is a bad caption. You ready? This caption is something that would go with a photo like that, right? Just wearing my Nike cap, hat, headgear. Just do it. Nike for life. Caps are cool. Hat lover. Nike every day. Nike on my mind. Like so overdoing it much. A lot of emojis. Too many emojis. Way too many emojis. Cap lovers unite. Like, this guy is doing way too much. It's extra. And it's just a hat. And, they need to relax a little bit. And this is really a lot. Instagram's not showing this to anyone. This kind of post you'll see on a page where someone has, 2,000 to 7,000 posts, but not very many followers and 2 likes per post. Instagram's not showing this post to people. Instagram will show this to someone. It's clean. You can see the logo. There are different angles. Let's say this looks like more of like a shop. You don't really need all this, but if you're selling Nike hats, it might be great. I think just the hat itself is plenty. Good caption, setting the pace for every step. Nike style, game strong. clean, simple, it's cute, it's a little bit, cheeky, it's perfect. You can write a lot, but a lot should not be 700 emojis and 45 hashtags. That's too much. You got to keep it nice and classy and really think about, okay, what am I telling my audience? What are they telling their audience? They're setting the pace for every step. It's very cute. I got my hat on, like this is what I'm doing. Cap game strong. Perfect. Too much. Tips for posting reels. This is cute. I left some stuff out because I want to explain it. So I'll start with this. If you're interested in posting reels and making all those cool videos and adding high quality the sound, the music, one thing you can do while you're scrolling Instagram is on each post that you like the song of, you can actually click the bottom of that post and then it'll show you the song, and then there's a little save tab. It looks like a little flag on top, and you can save the song and use it later. You can have a whole library of songs that you like that are fun and kind of set the mood for your reel. The other thing you can do is you can take live photos or short videos and you can string them together. In Instagram Reels, I think stories might have it too, but Instagram Reels, you can add media to each reel and then it'll kind of connect all of it. You can also download apps. There are some great paid apps. Temply is one that I really love, and it's pretty easy to use. But you can take all these little videos. So if you're out, I had a video where it was like a day in the city. I can show it to you. I think it was here. So throughout the day, I took a bunch of little videos and I just put them together. And I added the song that I like, one of the songs that I saved. It's pretty simple. Once you get the hang of it, it's not complicated. And you'll see it a lot on Instagram. Reels and things with audio. Let me go back here. Plan your content. So this was planned. This was definitely planned content, and it took me 2 days, just tiny little glimpses of things, the train, then I organized them in the order that I wanted them to be in, put them together, I posted them, I added a song that I like. So that was planned. It doesn't take a lot out of your day, but it definitely creates for good content. High quality footage, again, always clean your camera, use engaging audio, trending songs. Some trending songs do better than others. I would try to stick to things that are current, that maybe something you see often, because that means that Instagram has picked that up into the algorithm and it's showing it to more people. I was watching a girl's post today. One of her posts had 500,000 views. 500,000. She was just mixing some glitter up and putting it in a jar. The rest of her posts had 300 views, not 500,000. But Instagram picked up that one video. She has plenty of videos, 200, 300, they're all over the place. They picked up that one video because of the song that was thrown into the algorithm and decided to share it with everyone. And show it as often as possible because it was a trending song. Instagram does have a lot of, it changes pretty quickly, the algorithm, and so does the music that's trending. So I would stay on top of it. I would definitely save trending audio to use for reels that you create.
Helen, I have a question, please.
Sure.
What about using music as far as having to need permission or paying
That's
royal?
a great question, and it's something that I missed. So you don't have to pay. Once you turn, some of my accounts I can't use all music on because they're a product and I'm selling a product, and it's once you turn your account into an account that sells product, Instagram won't let you use all music. You can still use many of the reels, but not all music, especially not music that hasn't been edited. So direct from the artist. But you don't have to pay extra. It's either you can use it or you can't. With my Long Island branding page, I have not turned it into a business account, so I'm still able to use all of the music that's available on Instagram. But once you turn your page into a business account, they're gonna limit what you can use and what you can't use. Hello? Did that answer your question?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a background in radio, so that was why the question popped into my head. There's so many rules and regulations and people that listen specifically to find out if music is being used and if you're paying for it, especially like with live streaming. So
Yeah.
I guess what you're saying then is it's only specific to Instagram that you're allowed to do it without paying.
Yes. Instagram will take care of that for you. They just don't allow things that are not allowed. So you will have access to some music, some audio, you can save it. You will not be able to save something that is not allowed to be used. So you don't have to worry about it there. When it comes to other things, you probably do, but they just won't even give you that option.
I see. So if you try to save something and you can't save it, then you know obviously you're not allowed to use it.
Exactly.
If you save it, if you're allowed to save it, they let you save it, then you know you can use it. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's a big deal. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. So here, now that you've done all of these things, you got to lead all your customers to go somewhere. All of your social media accounts, I didn't touch on X, which is the new Twitter, and LinkedIn. They're not very popular for business, for selling. LinkedIn is great if you're selling a service. For certain things, LinkedIn is great, bigger companies, bigger products. If you're selling yourself, if you're trying to market yourself and your expertise in the field, LinkedIn is amazing. But for products and local businesses, Instagram and Facebook are definitely going to be your best bet. Now, on all pages, you need to have, or you should, it's advised that you have a website. So people, you're posting and you're putting all that energy out into the world. You want them to visit a place. They can call you, they can talk to you, can message back and forth, but your website is really going to be the place where you show your work, you show what you do, you show what your services are, you show your portfolio. They can, you can have products, they can click and purchase products. There are a lot of there are a lot of social media pages that don't have websites, and the customers go nowhere. So if you're putting the effort into growing your social media, I definitely highly recommend having a website to lead your customers to a space where they can make a purchase or contact you, fill out a form. You can get their email, you can, and you can create a sale later, if not right at that moment. You have their contact information. And now let's explore website design. Website visitors, fact number one. It only takes 50 milliseconds for users to form an opinion of your website. So you're on Instagram and you're scrolling and you see something you like and you click on the link in bio and you go to a website. And within seconds, the person decides if they're gonna keep scrolling, if they're gonna look around, you know, unless they're really super interested. If they're just clicking through, chances are they're gonna click right out. And people don't have a long attention span anymore when it comes to the internet and when it comes to visiting websites. So having that is super important. Website visitors, fact number 2. Outside of work, 93% of consumers noted using their phone while shopping, making it the #1 leisurely activity performed on consumers' phones. If you have a website, which you should, you need to make sure that the mobile version of your website is amazing. If not, it might even be more important than your non-mobile version these days, because a lot of people are scrolling on their phone. They're using Facebook on their phone. They're using Instagram on their phone. They're on their phones. You know, they'll scroll to your website. If the mobile version of your site is like junked up and things are overlapping and it's not clear and it doesn't grab them, they're getting right off that site. You know, lost the potential sale. Very important that the mobile version of your website is on point. Good design. User-friendly design. The website should have a clean and intuitive design, making it easier for visitors to navigate and find information they're looking for. So again, you need, you know, the correct tabs, making it very user-friendly. And when you're on the site, kind of think of like what you would want to see, right? So you click on someone's site and it's great to see maybe their logo, a little bit about what they do. Right from there, you can actually jump into an offer. So a call to action, which is, you know, a call to action is really important. A call to action is call now, fill out this form, a pop-up where they put in their email. You can offer to send them a newsletter every month or every week, however often you'd like to do that. Or just special deals, coupons, people like free things, you know, sign up, subscribe to get 10% off. So you're giving them something for their email, but that email is, you know, then you can do email marketing and you can offer them things down the road and hopefully get sales from that. Make sure that your website is fast loading. Sometimes low quality images and too many images and too many videos on your website can slow down your website. People can get frustrated waiting for it to open and they'll just leave your site. So you really want to make sure that, you know, everything is really light, easy to use, it flows. High quality content. It should be well written, good product descriptions, good photos of your products, clean white backgrounds. If you're going to use backgrounds, I would recommend, you know, again, very, very clean backgrounds, not too many flowery things, no background images, no decor, just the cleaner the better because you want them to see the product. Here. And SEO implementation. So SEO is search engine optimization, and how that mostly works without doing the back end is making sure that all the content on your website has the correct information and is clearly written. If your website is named Good Design, the words Good Design need to be on your website, not just the logo. All of the photos on your website should be named. You need to name them. You can name them when saving them in your files. You can even go into your files and rename them, but they should all be named because that helps search engine optimization. It helps Google find what they're looking for. If you have a body butter, that image in your files on your computer should be labeled body butter. On that website, it should be labeled body butter. If you want to use your brand name, let's say Beauty Brew, it should be labeled that if you want people to find that body butter when they're looking for Beauty Brew, for example. And then regular updates. Things get old. if you already have a website, you should, you know, take a look and see how it flows. UX design is huge right now, where things are interactive, where they're smart, it's intuitive design. I have, that's more here. Intuitive design is how, how your website makes the user feel. Again, the more authentic, the more personal, the more engaged you are with them, the more personal you make it, the more you build trust, and the more likely you're going to have a customer, and you're going to have a repeating customer. Consistent branding throughout the site. So I was just working with this one girl. She had a different background scene of like a landscape. One was like the ocean, the other one was, the city, another one was mountains. Each and every one of her page had different fonts, different backgrounds, different, and you go to a site like that and it's like, it's really hard on the eye. It's hard to stay focused on it. It's hard to see what she's trying to show us because she has so much going on. Keeping things consistent, keeping your pages clean, keeping them relevant is really, really important. Use high quality images. Infographics are great. Infographics, so they're basically graphics. You can use your products, you can use a mock-up of your product. So like some cartoon, this can be just a graphic. And you can, write all the pros and cons, SPF, or, this will take out all the grease from your dishes, or whatever it is, and you just write the product specs, and that, that helps also for the customer to understand what your product is. Infographics are great. Infographics are also great on social media. On Instagram, you can do infographics and carousel posts, where each post has a different some information property with your offer, with what you're trying to sell. UX design, it focuses on creating websites that offer meaningful and a relevant user experience. Really understanding your user's need and their journey throughout navigating your site. Mobile versions we covered. Again, everybody is on their phones. They're shopping on their phones. They're going from Instagram to your website on their phone. Once they're on your website, you want to keep them there. So the mobile version of your website is very important. Great checklist. User-friendly design, intuitive layout, easy navigation, responsive design, adapt seamlessly across devices and screens, and screen sizes. A lot of websites don't do this, so you have to double check that yours does. Fast loading speed, high quality content, SEO optimization, which a lot of it you can do yourself. If you have a designer, they can do the back ends. If you know how to do the back end, you're doing great. Engaging visuals, again, you will track them with beautiful photos, clean, high resolution. Contact forms are great. Contact us. Surveys and chatbots are not for everyone's website, so those aren't so important. Contact forms are great. Contact us. If they have a problem, instead of them looking for who to call or sending you emails, they can just go into the form and send their email, their phone number, their name, and the question that they want to ask you, and then you can get back to them and have all that information in front of you. It's less stressful for everybody. Regular updates, always make sure that your website is up to date. Now, this is an example of a good mobile layout versus a bad mobile layout. There's an overlapping menu. The logo here is cut off. The call to action is cut off. It's probably not even clickable. I've seen a lot of really nice websites that were very expensive to build, where I go and the person's so proud, hey, look at my website, and then I try to click on something and it just, nothing's happening. you know? So making sure that everything is clickable, everything is legible, it's clean. See on this side, Copy Blogger, we power websites that work. This is their company name, their slogan, a little bit about what they do, free trial. People don't sit on your website for a long time. You want to make that offer as soon as possible. And that's it for now, and I can answer your question. If anyone has questions.
Everyone is welcome to unmute to ask any questions you may have for Helen.
Good evening, Helen.
Hi.
I've been in business for quite a few years, and I've used people to build websites for me like 15 years ago or so when it first really got started. And what happened with me was that when I stopped using them or the contract was up, they took all the content. They took the whole website away. And it happened actually twice. So now I'm in the process of trying to rebrand because after COVID, we all took hits. So I'm looking at trying to do this myself, but I'm looking and I'm saying, I mean, to really put together a good campaign, you really gonna need help to do it.
I do recommend, I do design websites, I do branding and brand strategy. I highly recommend. It's gonna save you time, money, energy. Just hire someone that knows what they're doing and is gonna do a good job for you. It's gonna take a lot more time. It does take a lot of time and energy into trying to figure everything out yourself.
Right.
And what's your business?
Well, actually, I'm a U.S. licensed custom broker. I'm a freight forwarder. I don't do anything domestic. I only do international shipping.
Okay.
I have an office in Dallas, office in New York, and also an office in Atlanta. It sounds great, but it's actually not. I mean, we're a small family-owned business, but what we've been doing is handling everything ourselves. It's all been in-house. And again, from getting burnt so much, we know how to do it. We know how to run the business. We have customers for over 20 years and been faithful. But to bring in new streams of income, like I said, after COVID, we took a lot of hits. We own tractors, so like we in again trying to rebrand and bring it all back together. A lot of our customers went out.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry about that. That happened to one of my businesses as well because of COVID. March 15th, 2020, everything shut down and that was it. And I used to do a lot of business with China, exporting my products to China.
correct.
So I understand a little bit about international shipping and how some of it works.
Right.
You should find someone trustworthy.
Well, this is your company.
If you do want to do it yourself, if you're adamant about doing it yourself, I do recommend using Wix. I like their platform, and it's pretty user friendly. But
actually, I think that I'm looking for a company. Actually, I mean, that I can actually work with, because what I found is that even when I use Vivid, I'm sure you're familiar with Vivid. I use Vivid just to give you an idea. But they did everything. They built it. I didn't sit in on the meetings. I gave content, but they took it and they said, okay, we'll do it. I want to be able to sit down and work with someone or a company that's actually where not only am I, hands-on, but I want to be able to control my own content. I want to be able to, I mean, I want them to help me build it, but I don't need them to change it. I don't want to shoot emails and say, let's update this, and then they come back.
I understand.
Yeah.
So I do build websites with Wix as well.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite platforms, and I do that because after I'm done, it makes it easy for the client to manage things themselves and update themselves.
Okay, so All right,
Um,
what
you
I'm gonna
can-
do, I'm gonna actually shoot you an email to your website
We
here.
can have a call after this if you want
Okay,
and talk more. Can I give you my number?
yeah, sure.
Okay, 917
Hold on.
676.
Okay, nah, Tima, sorry. My daughter, I'm actually was in New York, but I was flying all day, so now I'm in Atlanta. Tima, and my baby in school too as well.
Helen,
Is that
Helen, this
okay?
is Daphne. Helen, this is
Yeah.
Daphne.
Mhm.
Don't, well, this is being recorded and this is gonna be on
Oh,
internet. So
oh,
what you just, you'll
okay.
have to do this
So
online.
over here, Long Island Branding Group, do you want to just visit my website and
Yes.
get my information from there?
Okay, great.
Thank you, Daphne. I wasn't sure.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Again, I'm just trying to get all the info I can where I can. I got it. Thank you.
Sure. Okay.
So Helen, this is Rhonda again. Hello.
Hi,
Uh,
Ron.
Hello. Do you have like a consulting fee to meet with somebody, go over the website and then make suggestions and then possibly fix the boo-boos that we might have on our sites?
I do.
How does that,
I do. Again, if you go here,
right?
you can just contact me. I'll be around after this is over to talk to whoever wants, my help.
So
But
we'll go.
yeah, I do all of that.
Okay, thank you so much. You've been great.
Absolutely. Looking forward to speaking with you both. Hello?
Do we have any more questions for Helen tonight?
No question. Just to try to contact you on a one-to-one basis.
Okay. So for anyone that wants to contact me, it's longislandbrandinggroup.com.
I'll put the link in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody needs to do t-shirts too. Will be a good thing.
I see an iPhone user unmuted. Is there a question? I'm just not sure if we just can't hear you. So if you have any questions and we can't hear you, then just let us know. You can type it into the chat, raise your hand, or use the Q&A feature.
No, I can hear you. That's fine. No more questions so far.
No more questions.
Hi, everybody, I want to thank you for logging on. I want to thank you as well, Helen.
Thank you so much for
Over
this
here.
opportunity.
So I want to thank you all for logging on, and we will have Helen come in again next week, correct?
Yes,
Good.
I'm
Um,
excited.
So if you guys do want to reach out to Helen, the link is in the chat. Otherwise, I will also put the office number in the chat. You can reach out to us at any time. I'll also put our email. And then I want to wish everybody a great night and say again, thank you for logging on.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
job.
Jennifer. It is nice to get to see